So something went wrong in the editing process, in the rendering, that the only thing that happened that got recorded is gameplay. All audio is fine. If you're into podcasts, consider this the God of War Beyond Ragnarok podcast. But outside of that, like, there's nothing here. There's just no gameplay footage whatsoever. And honestly, I think there's 31 videos in this, and I think the only video of what's left is episode 29, and that, if I'm not mistaken, is just me grinding. So, like, the end of the game where all the important stuff happens, there's nothing here. So if you like podcasts, this is for you. Otherwise, I'm sorry, I failed you. Come back later. There's more stuff going on. I could have just not put these out, but I mean, you can hear that I did the things. Like, it's still proof that I did the stuff in some capacity. Well, fuck shit, dicklings. Oh, you dicklings. Oh, you massive little dicklings. I still have mine, I do. So where the fuck would they open up from then? I guess that's unimportant. Have I already done 3 and 4? Like 3 and 2? If it's not down there, I didn't do it. So okay. I didn't do 3 in any of the other 2. So the last 2 I have to do is 3 and 2 and 3 and 1. All right. I'm a good person. I'm not all that likable, but I'm an okay person. And I don't feel like you have to be likable. I don't think you have to be necessarily likable to be a good person.
Not at all. I'm just really trying to figure out what order would be best for this. Or not order, what set would be best.
It's just one of those things that I do find interesting, that when it comes like somebody like Quentin Tarantino. Like, Quentin Tarantino and Mike Tyson, in my opinion, are like 2 of like the dopest motherfuckers. Because I don't know if you've ever seen the I don't know if you've ever seen the what you call that shit, the interview that Quentin Tarantino did with a lady who was grilling him over the violence in his movies, and like his response to it, in my opinion, was so fucking dope, because I feel like in today's, I guess, in this political climate, like, everyone, like, if like somebody was like, yeah, like, if somebody was to be accosted by a fan or like a moviegoer and like, hey, I think your movies are violent, like, don't you think that, you know, violent films are the reason, blah, 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 you'd end up, you know, with somebody trying to explain away why, like, oh, well, it's just that and the third. Whereas, like, Quentin's whole thing was like, no,
it's a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Like, I don't think that there's a correlation between violence and this, that, and the third, and I don't have to explain to you why I don't think that. And like, you know, like, and I've talked to you before about like watching a Mike Tyson interview. Mike Tyson, like, is a very volatile person. I don't know if he'd acknowledge it. I don't know if he would agree with that statement, but a lot of people are like, yeah, Tyson has a tendency to kind of be volatile. Like he can decide like suddenly he doesn't want to do an interview, and if he doesn't want to do it, it's not fucking happening. And I'm a firm, and I love like Tyson can be in the middle of an interview and like there's this whole thing where like, well, you know, journalists have to do things a certain way. They have to ask questions that you might not want them to ask, you know, for one reason or another. And, you know, a lot of people, whoa, didn't know that was a thing. Like some people are just, you know, they accept that it might not, you know, the questions that are being asked are questions you might not want to answer, but they're the hard-hitting questions. It's what the fans want to know. And Mike Tyson don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, there are times I've seen him, like, be very blunt because he just didn't like the question that was being asked. And there were times where he knew the answer wouldn't be what they wanted to hear, and he felt kind of bad about it, or he, you know, wasn't able to answer it the way that he felt they might want it answered, but it was what it was. I don't know how I fucking managed that, but all right. And I love that shit because, like, it's the way we should live. I'm not saying you should be rude to everybody. I think you should definitely go out of your way to not be rude to people because people are fucking crazy, and being rude to somebody you don't know is a good way to get hurt. But, like, if you're doing an interview with someone and they, first off, don't do interviews you don't want to do. You feel me?
In general, yeah, that's a good policy to have.
Like, if you're just like, I don't really want to go to, I don't want to go to Jimmy Kimmel tonight. Like, I just fucking don't. Don't go. Like, what's that dude's name?
It's good for your career. It'll be good exposure.
It won't be because I'm going to be an asshole. Because I don't want to be there. You ever try to do something you didn't want to fucking do? It's really hard.
It's not relevant to what we're doing right now at all, no. What are you talking about?
I forget, not Jimmy Kimmel, but the other cat. The other, like, the white boy. They're all white.
Jimmy Fallon?
Yes! I hate Jimmy Fallon. I hate his dumb fucking face. Smart. I hate him so much. Where did he go? I obliterated him. I did. I watched that happen. I watched this dude just walk up behind Freya and just scratch her in the back of the head. It was kind of great. What? There's an enemy behind me. How crazy is that?
Rim perched on high. Hit it. On the left.
What? The fuck do you want? All right, cool. Hey. Cut it out.
Cut that shit out.
Enemy behind you, Kratos.
Is there an enemy behind me? I feel like I should have been able to knock you out of the sky. But hey, whatever. Wow, that counted. All right, cool. I'm not being timed. Leave me alone.
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Enemy behind you, Kratos!
That was one hit. That was a single hit.
Left side! Behind you, Kratos!
Shaboom boom. High on Life isn't on PlayStation, is it?
What isn't on PlayStation? Or what is on PlayStation?
High on Life. But that's just a PC game, right?
I think it's on PS5,
Hmm.
which doesn't help us either way.
No. No, it doesn't. Just this is a series full of conversation topics that shouldn't be had. I think Justin Roiland might not have any goddamn talent.
No, no, it's only on Xbox and Microsoft Windows, like you said. At least
Okay.
at the moment.
Boss Rush Challenge.
Justin Roiland as a voice actor is okay. Justin Roiland
As
as
a
a writer is awful.
Well, that's the thing about the whole like voice acting bit. Even his voice acting is mostly the same voices.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, he's a mediocre voice actor, but like, it's not like. I mean, I guess that's the thing to get about this is like, he doesn't convey emotions. So like, the fact that he can only do like so many voices doesn't really matter. It's that even when he's doing those voices, he can't convey any emotions. So.
The thing
He's just doing silly voice.
Yeah, it's usually Morty, or like whatever other voice. The funny thing is he has a couple. It's really interesting because most of his characters either sound like Morty or they sound like Rick. But most of the time they just sound like Morty. But I find it interesting that like Tom Kenny is on Rick and Morty, and Tom Kenny is the voice of SpongeBob, but Tom Kenny very clearly like has a few different voices up his sleeve. Like, and I don't know if this is just like what voice acting is, because I don't voice act as much as I would like to. I don't. But Aaron is in the same boat. Like Aaron kind of has like a few voices that he can go to as his bread and butter. But like my idea of like voice, like I don't, I feel like everybody can only do so many because like your voice can only do so much. Everybody can't be Mel Blanc, and there's a reason he was, he was the man for a reason. Stop that.
covered in bison.
You don't say.
Oh, I'll be damned. That wasn't, oh, okay. They're on, okay. So they're those, and then, okay, I saw these earlier. And wasn't 100% sure what was going on. So, like, no, they're all on the ground. It's just that I didn't see them. I saw them, but I didn't pay them any attention. There's the 4 circles, and then the 2, like, caves in the back. Which, had you told me that that there were 2 caves, I'd have been like, what? Oh, caves. But you didn't. You fill up my senses like a sleepy blue ocean. Oh, man. Sorry about that. Mark, you got anything you want to say while you over there getting your doo-doo reinforced? Get that dookie reinforced.
It takes more than an apple to make an apple pie.
You need butter, flour, cinnamon, an oven.
Nutmeg.
You need nutmeg?
Well, you don't need it, but it does help.
Actually, if I'm being completely honest with you, you don't need apples to make an apple pie. I saw a dude make it with like something. He made an apple pie with something that didn't have apples in it, and he was just completely blown away by the fact that it tasted like apples.
Get my fortune hammer.
As you know, given it didn't have apples in it, he damn well, it made sense that he was blown the fuck away. All right, guys, until next time, get out because I don't want you in my life.